Yeah, so before I actually wrote the book, I actually wrote a long blog on these type of topics, on like sort of career knowledge and relationship and networking. And as most things happen, my Mrs. Holly always reads through everything, sense checks it, makes it a lot better. And one of the subtitles that she came up with actually was, when we were talking about it, was build the invisible, or start building the invisible, or something. And so I think one of us said, and it's probably her, so I can't take any credit for it whatsoever, was, oh, that would be a good title for a book. So I'd already started thinking, can I do something and write something in more detail? But that was the basis for it, really. But the basis was because, again, going back to a lot of the questions that people ask is like, how did you get to where you got to in not in life, but in terms of career sometimes? And it's all about the invisible journey on so many things. And I know build the invisible is a contradiction in terms to it, because when you build something, ultimately you're trying to build something that people can see. And a lot of the time, one of the analogies I use is like the iceberg effect that Matthew Syed and others use really well in some of their books, which is, you see only a little bit of the iceberg that's on top of the surface. And what you sometimes don't see is all the invisible difficulty and work and hardship and sacrifice and all of that type of stuff, which is below the surface. And the one thing I wanted to try and explore and build the invisible to a degree was to almost demonstrate that you've got to provide that foundational basis. You've got to know your stuff. You've got to put the hours in. And this isn't some like big motivational talk or like to sort of beat the system. This is not necessarily be a part of the system, but this is how you go about achieving, not through just some instant reward that happens or might happen by luck. This is like, a process, quite a boring process-driven approach to building knowledge, so that, you can articulate important things, you can articulate and explain stuff that's going on in your industry of choice, if it's fashion, TV, film, music, whatever else it might be, so that when you come across people, industry people, you can have sensible conversations with them, you can impress them, so that when people come to you and say, oh, how did you do that? Again, the truth is, it's the invisible investment that you've made for a long period of time, not just artificial opinions on things that you might not have a good grasp of.